Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com. Today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Stellar Outdoor Dark Sky Friendly Post Light. This is going to be the 342652. There's also other stellar fixtures. There's pendants and there's also wall sconces. Check those out if you get a chance. Let's talk about the dark sky friendly aspect of this fixture. So you're going to notice out in the world there's dark sky compliant fixtures. The dark sky compliant label is a certificate that you can buy from a private corporation that offers that to you. However, Hubbardton Forge's fixtures are built to the same specifications that would get to them if they wanted to get that certificate, but Hubbardton just chooses not to buy the certificate, but the fixtures are made to exactly the same specs, and we have the documentation to prove that if your municipality or your HOA or your town or whatever needs those specs for you to get through a review process to use a dark sky fixture. So just remember all that. You can contact us about that if you need to. Okay, let's get into some of the little details about this. This is 7.4 pounds, which is not a big deal because it is a post light. The height on it is 22.4 and the diameter is coming in at 18.2, and that's going to be measured from the top to the very bottom of the collar that slips over the post. And why don't we talk about what you can put this on. So you have some pull down menus where you can have some options to play with. So we're going to be offering a 71-inch tall post, an 84-inch tall post, and a 3-inch tall pier mount. And all of those have a flange on the very bottom that's round, has some holes in it. It's going to give you the option to put it onto different types of surfaces. So you're going to notice you can bolt this down to like a wooden deck or a Trex deck if you needed to do that. Or you can also, if you're putting the pier mount part of this, people will put it on stone walls or pillars. You can do that. If you're going to be putting it into the ground, you basically are going to be digging a little hole, putting in some quickcrete, and when you get this, you're going to be getting what are called J-bolts and nuts. So there's a little picture of them right there. The J-bolts and nuts you basically are going to be putting into the concrete, sinking into the concrete, and then the threaded pieces are going to be sitting on top. There's a template that gets them all in the right place, and then later on when that's all done, you're going to come and you're going to lower that post on there, put the nuts on, and then cover it. You have the option to cover everything up with mulch or with ground, and then you won't need a cover cap. If this is going to be above grade, you'll probably want to cover up those attachments, make them kind of pretty, and that's where you will order a cover cap. Most of you who are putting this onto some kind of wall or pier that's going to be above the ground are going to want to order the cover cap. But if you're in a quandary about that, if you have questions, you can always contact us and we can kind of walk you through it. So something to know. Okay. The other thing, if you have your own locally sourced 3-inch round pipe, you can just use that. So because this collar will slide right over that. Now, to me, the trick to that is I would probably order this in coastal black, and the reason is because you can paint your pipe black, and that will basically mostly match our fixture. But it's hard for you to get your hands onto a Hubbardton Forge finishes like coastal burnished steel or coastal dark smoke. So just remember those little things. But then again, you could mix and match. So you could have your post in black, and then you could order something else in a different finish. It'd be a little bit of a contrast, but it's really up to you. Speaking of contrast, why don't we talk about what that pull your menu down. You got one that says choose your fixture finish and then choose your accent finish, and you can see those right up there too. Everything about that is going to be the fixture itself. So you have the whole fixture except the round drum-shaped hood, which makes this dark sky friendly. That is going to be the fixture. The drum-shaped hood is the accent. And you'll notice on Hubbardton's site, they're showing this fixture in burnished steel for both of them, so it's kind of hard to figure out what that accent is. But in the picture next to me, I've actually circled it, so you can see what that is. In this situation, I kind of agree with them that maybe doing the whole thing in one finish is kind of the way to go, because the design of this is kind of impressive on its own. So introducing another design element like a different finishing contrast for a part might be just a little beyond what I want to do. But again, this is you, and you guys can do whatever you like. You can play designer. It's nice that you have the opportunity to do that. Okay, why don't we talk about what's going on inside of this as far as lamping goes. So a couple things. So this actually should, because this is going to be using a GU10, which are going to be these little prong guys here, you should have no problem getting a lot of light out of this. And remember, your light is dark sky friendly, so it's going to be a cone of light coming down. It's not going to be pushing light out into the forest or the yard to find your dog. The whole point of dark sky is they don't want light going up or polluting the view of somebody else from like across the lake or maybe up in the mountains, something like that. But a lot of HOAs are doing dark sky, just one of those things. Okay, and towns. So anyway, if you want to stick with a halogen, you can go up to 50 watts for a halogen bulb. And GU10s are basically, they push light, like I said, out in one direction. What I like to use in our showroom is this little guy. And I actually picked this up on Amazon. It's their Amazon house brand, Basics. And this is a 50 watt equivalent LED. And like I said, I use this all over the place in our showroom because the quality of this is really, really good. I was surprised. You can find these kind of bulbs all over the place. You can find them in Home Depot and Lowe's and Ace Hardware, other websites, bulb websites, but I prefer to get this one. I've tested it out. It's really good. They're going to offer this bulb to you in different colors of the light coming down. They're going to offer it to you in 2700 Kelvin. That's a super yellow light, like a setting sun. But they also offer this to you in something called daylight. And daylight sounds like a white light. Well, it sounds like a warm light, like sunlight. It's not. It's a bluish white, convenience store light, kind of like that. That's 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. What I think would be good in this and what we would use in this is going to be basically warm white, soft white, and that's 3,000 Kelvin. The light coming down on me right here, this nice light, mimics an incandescent glow of a 60 watt bulb. However, this is warm white, soft white, and this is 3,000 Kelvin. So that'd be basically my choice on this. So, like I said, super easy to get. Amazon Basics, 50 watt equivalent LED, and I would probably get it in that 3,000 Kelvin. Whether or not you need it to be dimmable is kind of questionable because it's a post light. It's not like it's going to be on your house or in the house or something like that. So I wouldn't worry about that part of it. But I would definitely go for the most you can, which is going to be most likely a 50 watt equivalent. Hubbardton Forge only uses aircraft-grade aluminum to make their outdoor fixtures. Aluminum holds up the best in incredibly harsh environments. When you're out and you look up in the sky and you see all those jet airliners running around up there, those are all made out of aluminum for a reason. And part of that reason is it holds up great, like I said. It also forges beautifully. It holds finish beautifully. It doesn't rust. Remember that. It's very important. And they're virtually indestructible when they're all finished. So how Hubbardton does it is they take the fixture itself, they're going to wire it up at the top, they're going to put a wire at the bottom, they're going to send a current of electricity that's going to go through this fixture, making it positive, and they put it into a spray booth with a picture of the woman next to me. You can see she's spraying finish around it, and because it's positive, it's going to adhere to every nook, every cranny, the top, the bottom, the whole thing. After that, they're going to take this and they're going to move it into an oven. That oven is going to melt all of that down and create a very hard shell. So it makes it, again, virtually indestructible. So they've also tested these things in these wind chambers. So they take the fixture, all covered in that epoxy powder coat. It's going to go into that chamber. They're going to shoot salty seawater at it at high velocity for hours and hours and hours, just like you were at the beach and you have like a hurricane coming in, which to me is going to be pretty much the worst environment you're going to run into. So after they tested these and found out that they hold up incredibly well, Hubbardton Forge offers basically the best warranty in the lighting industry. And you can see that on the page for this. So if you scroll down a little bit, there's a link, and click on that and it'll show you the entire warranty and how it all works. Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world at Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case, and that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.